Now is the time, item number 3 is public hearing. Now is the time and the place for public hearing on the Capital Improvement Plan 2011-2015. Adam, have you had any written comments on that?
Nothing written or oral.
Nothing written or oral. Is there any discussion?
Are you talking to the public or to the council?
I'm talking to anybody.
It has not changed since the last time.
Well, I guess I had after going through it a little deeper, I saw where we have a scheduled tractor replacement for and tank replacement. All line.
That also holds the sludge on surf mat too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just curious, how many loads of line do they haul up?
They probably haul 10 to 15 loads a month.
10 to 15 loads a month.
And right now, from a sludge standpoint, we're hauling about once a month, Bob? Once every other month?
Once every other month.
And it's usually about a day?
2 days. Depends how full they are.
You know,
They'll probably, if they're full, they'll run 3 days and run 3 times loads with the water plant though.
every other month, you said?
Yeah. Starting into the 3rd month, and then when this gets completed, I think there'll still be a lot of loads, but it won't be as often. I think the number of loads would be probably equivalent to the same.
Okay, and that's a 4,000 gallon tank, correct?
Yeah, 4,500.
4,500. I was just curious about using some farmers to contract that out, whether that would save any money.
We've enjoyed that, we've tried that.
You've tried that in the past?
There's some that haul some lime. We've offered the tank, we furnish the tractor and haul it. They just don't seem to work.
How long ago, out of curiosity?
Oh, probably 2-3 years ago.
I think it was the first year I was here. Oh, wait.
And then, they're interested, and then when they have to haul it, furnish the tractor or fuel or something, then they back up a little bit. But if you want to bring it out there, they'll take it, And
The other issue you run into is liability. By DNR standards, you can only put so much on per acre. And say they put more than what they're supposed to, who's responsible for the mistake?
Well, they have to have a license to do that, so that's, I don't see where that would be an issue. I was just curious, because I remember, we've got 2 hog sites.
That would be a huge issue.
I know, but they have to have DNR classes to have a license to haul.
But it's
and a
still
commercial license, and they're liable.
I realize that.
So the issue is that it's their...
If it's our stuff they're hauling and spreading, who's going to be responsible?
It's their issue. Have you gone to any of those DNR classes, Bob?
Yes, I have.
On hauling manure?
On hauling sludge.
On hauling sludge. Well, my question goes back to, we've got a couple sites out there. For 2 years, we rented equipment and used our tractors on it. And we had our labor, our tractors, our time, our fuel. And then we hired it out. And we got it done so much cheaper without our tractors, without our labor, and without our fuel that, we just couldn't see doing it.
I think it's important to point out this is a plan,
Yeah.
and we will always do a more thorough evaluation
I was just curious.
when it comes up.
That would be my comment. When we get ready to look at that, I think we should try to look at contracts.
I was just curious,
I know Jim mentioned that during the finance committee, is that we should look into that deeper when we got closer to the issue.
something we need to look into too, is next year where this is fertilizer value of this sludge. People mistake lime as fertilizer. It isn't. It's just a ground neutralizer so that your ground will accept the fertilizer. Out here at the plant, now that needs to be analyzed and see how good it really is.
Well,
And
You never have to do that with the DNR? We have to, as a farmer.
It's tested, isn't it?
On occasion, actually, it's going to be changing classification once the plant retrofit's done. It's changing, and when it does, we would have to go through all that process.
No, we need to have a check for especially P&K when it does that, because that's...
Because we can't haul without.
I understand that once the retrofit is completed, it could likely be a more lucrative product than it is now.
You know, from that standpoint, I know we cannot have it hauled without knowing what it is.
But it's just a plan, though, when that time comes.
Well, I was just curious what some of the history was.
if we can get in, we're gonna have the holding capacity, like these confinements or these turkey places, where they can hold it for 6 months, they can apply
And
it
then
spring
they
and
need
fall,
storage.
because you got a narrow, and it's coming up soon here for the spring, you got a narrow time limit to all the hog sites, plus land apply to the turkey sites, you know.
Well, there's two, that requires two different pieces of equipment to do that, or different.
But if we get to where they can haul out of there, similar to they do like what you're familiar with out of a turkey or a hog site, and pump it, you know, maybe that would be something that, you know, somebody would be interested in.
I was just curious, that's,
Yeah.
you know, I just wanted to bring that up.
The way it's been now, or the way it's been in the past, and the way it is right now, is much easier if we just do it and handle it ourselves.
So we'll look at that issue when it comes up.
Okay, I was just wondered, because I was looking through there and I wanted to bring it up, so.
Any other questions or discussion? If not, I'd take a motion to close the public hearing.
So we'll-
Second?
Call for a vote. Councilman Brahart?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Brandy?
Yes.
Frederick?
Yes.
Motion carried. Now, number 1, consideration of the final approval for capital improvement plan 2011-2015. Are you ready to make a motion on that?
Move.
Second?
Call for a vote. Councilman Brahart?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Brandy?
Yes.
Frederick?
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you.